This video contains detail and material that may be unsuitable to some members of the viewing audience. Viewer discretion is advised. The year 1909 would prove to be the beginning of a killing season among black families in Louisiana and Texas, many of whom were from poor rice picker communities. It began with the axe murders of a mother and her 3 children one evening in Rain, Louisiana. They were chopped to pieces and otherwise mutilated. Robbery did not appear to be a motive. Over the span of several years, more axe murders would claim the lives of as many as 40 people. Most cases involved the extermination of entire families. Often it was families with 5 members, usually parents and their children. In one case, a maid who had just been hired was murdered along with the family. No mercy was shown, as even babies and toddlers were decapitated and limbs were chopped off and tossed about. Sometimes the infants were laid in the arms of their dead parents. Often the bodies were posed, and some victims had notes in their hands that quoted the biblical verse of Psalms 9:12, which reads, "When he maketh inquisition for blood, he forgetteth not the cry of the humble." The notes were signed, "The Human Five." After many wrong turns in their investigations, police zeroed in on a suspect named Raymond Barnabet, a sharecropper from Lafayette, Louisiana. He had been named by a mistress who was angry with him. He insisted he was innocent, but his own children, Clementine and Zephyrin Barnabet, testified against him. They said he had come home on the night of one of the murders, and that his clothes were covered in blood. However, while Raymond Barnabet sat in jail, the murders continued. Police were already suspicious of Barnabet's children, Clementine and Zephyrin. There had been rumors that Clementine was a Voodoo priestess with a cult known as the Church of Sacrifice. Clementine was the prime suspect, as police had discovered some of her clothing covered with blood and brain matter. She protested her innocence for a short time, but on April 5, 1912, she fully confessed to the murders. She seemed to relish in reliving the details of the murders at her trial, even admitting to caressing some of the corpses, regardless of age or gender. She would laugh hysterically at some points in the trial, and her details would change from time to time. But in the end, she took responsibility for 20 of the murders and was found credible. Clementine admitted that her first axe murder had occurred when she was just 15 years old. She dressed as a man and boarded a train in 1909 in Rain, Louisiana. There she committed the first of many heinous crimes. She testified that her father and brother were involved in the many murders, claiming they were followers of her cult. Police believed there may have been as many as 50 members and expected more arrests. However, any remaining cult members were never identified, and no more arrests took place.